talk about titanium alloy, which is used for a bicycle frame. And first, I'm going to introduce about titanium. What is titanium? So the atomic number of titanium is 22, and it is a kind of lustrous transition metal with silver color. And the density of titanium is pretty low, which is equals to 4.506 gram per cubic centimeters. And titanium alloy is metal that contains a mixture of titanium and other chemical elements. The properties of titanium alloy is high tensile strength and toughness, and they are light in weight, which means they have extraordinary corrosion resistance. So I'm going to discuss about it. First, how to identify titanium alloy. The first step is to see if it's conductive. If it is, so it means that it is kind of metal. And second step, we need to see if it's magnetic. If it's not, so it means that it's non-ferrous. And the third step, you need to test about the density of this material. If the density of material is around 4.51 grams per cubic millimeters, so it means that maybe it's kind of titanium alloy. And you need to check the stiffness and elastic modules, because titanium alloy usually have poor stiffness and it's easy to deform, and the elastic modules is hard to steel. And this is a kind of bicycle frame. Sorry, not this one. Yeah, this one. This is a kind of bicycle frame of titanium alloys. And we need to talk about the advantage and disadvantage of it. The advantages of using titanium alloy as a bicycle frame is they have high strength and low weight, and they have good corrosion resistance. And the disadvantage is just first they are too expensive to manufacturing, and it has poor welding performance and poor formabilities. So, in first world countries, titanium alloys are widely used, especially in factories, in cars, bicycles maybe. It is easy to manufacturing and but in developing countries, titanium alloys are not widely used because of high cost of manufacturing. And in some countries, the technology is lack. And I'm going to talk about a creative point of titanium alloy, especially in biomedical materials. Because titanium alloy biomedical materials are used for artificial organs and artificial lung. So in conclusion, titanium alloys are widely used in mechanical manufacturing, and it is good when using as a bicycle frame, but too expensive. And is available in developed countries. It's widely used and not widely used in developing countries. Thank you very much.
Today I'm going to talk about the steel frame. The bicycle frame is a vital part of a bicycle, no matter the performance of the bicycle or the comfort. There is a lot of contact with the frame. The steel frame is also often seen on the market. Let's start from what steel is. The steel is collectively referred to as an iron-carbon alloy having a carbon content of between 0.02% and 2.11%. Steel is one of the oldest materials, from the most common civil cars to today's advanced racing cars. Low-grade steel prices are relatively cheap, but high-grade steel prices are relatively expensive, with a price of 1,000 or even more. There are some advantages. The strength of steel relatively large. Steel of the same size, even expensive titanium alloy is not comparable. Steel frame is far larger than titanium alloy. The metal fatigue of steel is much stronger than aluminum alloy, even under the same conditions. The steel frame will last longer than the aluminum alloy, so that's why steel is expensive. Steel is also a kind of material with strong deformation ability. Therefore, the steel frame in the right, often more comfortable, frame made of steel can greatly reduce the vibration caused by the bumpy road conditions. However, there are some disadvantages of steel frame, just like the high weight. The disadvantage of steel is that the weight is heavier than the frame of other materials. Not only that, the steel frame will also be easier to rust, so people have to take good care of their bicycles. And some steel frame bicycles are uh, cheap, but some have high price. So it's also the disadvantages. Okay. Any questions? Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Nancy. Today I talking about aluminum alloys. Aluminum alloys are composite materials that belong to FCC because composite material generally refer to the formation of two or two different properties of material after compounding. Now I want to discuss the advantage and disadvantage of aluminum alloys bicycle frame. First discuss its advantages. It can make a lightweight bicycle frame. Aluminum is light in weight but not hard enough to be alloy and heat treated for strength. Heat treatment technique. The again precipitation enhancement method is used, and the simple acceptance which handles metal. The aluminum alloy frame does not change its appearance for a long time. Aluminum itself is a metal that is easily coated. There is almost no aluminum that is not oxidized in the air, and it is immediately oxidized in the air to form a very thin or oxidized film. Why not rust? The reason is that the oxidized film is prevented from continue to rust when it reaches a certain level. The oxidized film is almost colorless, so it is not easy to find change in appearance. Sometimes it is whitish. Of course, aluminum or aluminum frames also has disadvantages. It is more expensive than steel. Aluminum is material with low maintenance or elasticity and low rigidity, so using pins or changing shape such as crossover tubes, pendant tubes, etc. Aluminum-alloy bicycle film is widely used in developing countries and developed countries. Its costs are not high, and its performance is very popular. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, I'm glad to have an opportunity to meet in this presentation. I'm Gina. I'm talking about carbon fiber composite bicycle. It's a new fiber material with high stress and high molecular fiber containing more than 95% carbon. First, it effectively reduces the total weight of the bicycle. The carbon fiber has a density of only 1.6 and one phase of cell, which can reduce weight by about 40% compared with aluminum. A carbon fiber composite bicycle foam is quadrant of lighter than a aluminum alloy foam. In lightweight can reduce physical energy loss and increase reading speed. Second, good security. The carbon fiber matrix surrounds the independently exciting carbon fiber in the form of continuous space, forming a dynamic and uncertain system. When the material is impacted when a small amount of fiber breaks, the load will be quickly redistributed to the unbroken fibers so that the sculpture can continue to be carried, greatly increasing the safety of reading. However, the stress conclusion of carbon fibers is complex. Carbon fiber frame is made up of carbon fiber, which is characterized by strong stainless stress, but weaker shear stress. It needs complex stress conclusion in process. Carbon fiber sheets are superposed according to conclusion. Process technology varies from manufacturer. It's important to select products that are experienced and reliable. There is a gap between carbon fiber manufacturing technologies in developing and developed countries. Compared with developed countries, the raw silk of the developed country is mostly high importing content. The quality is not stable enough. The dispersion coefficient is large, and the costs need to be further reduced. Talents who know how to manufacture and understand to design its lack of composite material. Therefore, nowadays, the carbon fiber is the most suitable material for product bicycle films. Here's my image reference list, and thank you for your listen flower for good presentation.